Cool.
Aries and Hannah, it's up to you now.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Do you want to start?
You start.
Okay. Hey guys, so today we're gonna be going over just like tips and like how to run your key club as vice president. So we really hope that we can help you all through all of this. And yeah.
I'm super excited for all you guys to be vice presidents. This is a super good experience. So
yeah,
I'm
it's really
happy for you all. But
so what even is being a vice president?
Okay, I'll tell you what that is. Okay, so it's depending on your school, vice president, either you have one vice president or you have two vice presidents. And if you have two vice presidents, you have to decide whether or not you're going to be a vice president of membership or vice president of service. So if it's just one of you guys, then make sure, then pretty much just combine these two together and you got it. And so vice president of membership takes position of both the president's backup and spirit coordinator. You will generally be in charge of events like RTC, Fall Rally, and other big events throughout your term. Things like communicating to your club about important information and preparation will be taking place during your term. The VP of membership has the responsibility of being the club's hype man and always making sure every member is comfortable enough to match the energy of a high-spirited club, even when there is no large events taking place. So yeah, for this year, I was VP of membership, so pretty much I was just like the hype man all the time and making sure I got things together like RTC and making sure everyone's comfortable and everyone's excited because, you know, Key Club's not just like your boring little like club. Everyone's like kind of like getting lit and stuff. All right, so Vice President of Service. So VP of Service is also in charge of being the president's right-hand man, as well as having responsibility of service hour opportunities. This vice president will always be searching and letting their club know of any upcoming events to get hours at. This position is very formal because you'll be speaking to founders of events and other people that are in high positions of business. Through doing this, VP of Service can make a good name for your club and create connections for upcoming terms. So Hannah, if you want to add it on to.
Oh yeah, so basically, what I did a lot as vice president of service this year was actually, oh Jaden, could you mute yourself?
Oh, she told you, bro.
Sorry, there's like a lot of pickup. But yeah, basically, I did a lot of emailing businesses to do fundraisers with, and also you kind of have to go on websites and look for service events for your club to have, which we'll explain later on in the meeting.
Yeah. Also, like, me and Hannah we kind of just like combined the two, and we're just like partners in crimes and just did whatever. Like, we like kind of like just did each other's jobs sometimes if we wanted to. So like not like strictly.
And each club can have other vice president positions that your club maybe decides that you want a vice president in charge of fundraising. So it is possible for there to be different vice presidents of different things.
Yeah.
Yeah, it all depends on your club and like what labels you guys use and things like that.
It's up to you guys. You guys are the vice presidents now, so these are just like things that worked for us. So yeah.
Yeah. Let's just move on to fundraising. So some ideas that you can fundraise with is actually selling like gear and merchandise. Our club didn't do this, but I know that clubs in the past have done this, and they made like hoodies and like sweats and stuff like that. In-store fundraisers are always good. We did a lot of boba fundraisers with brew tea this year. So yeah, you would have to email the manager, I think, which is pretty easy. They're pretty easygoing as well. Foods such as popsicles, ice cream, root beer floats, boba, chocolates. So just selling food items, but be careful with homemade products because I know some schools are like really strict about like, you know, germs and stuff. So like obviously you don't want to be like getting hair and like your food products. So I would recommend like going to your principal or like a staff member at your school about that if you want to sell homemade stuff. But store-bought products are always good.
Yeah. You might have to get a sponsorship letter, depending on like how far you're going with your fundraising. Like some people like to start their own event at school, like a little like hangout event, and like you have to pay to get in, type stuff like that. But if you want to like bring like boba from like boba places, you may have to like do sponsorship letters, something like that. Or yeah, and try to fundraise pretty often, because it's nice to be able to like treat out your club. So you're trying to get as much money as you can get for your club for upcoming terms and for RTC. And yeah, be clear if you are contacting a business on why you are contacting them. So like I had to contact Brew Tea, Share Tea for like fundraisers plenty of times. We had to contact a lot of them, and you have to email them formally, make sure they know exactly what you're doing, make sure that they know your plan as well, like what you want them to do, as far as like, I'm willing to have you come to my school and sell as much as you want, and I'll bring you about 200 customers. So make sure you're clear on what your plan is and why you're doing it, and then that'll really get them to like be into it. And make sure like in some way you're benefiting them too, so it's not all about you. Because if you're just benefiting yourself, then like they're not going to want to do it, you know. And advertise announcements on social media. This is like, you get this, you can like tag along with their editor to make like a cute little like advertisement, and then give them the information, and then post it all over social media and get your club to post it, because so that you can get it around and that everyone knows. And
you have a question of what is a sponsorship letter and how do you get it?
Usually it's up to the person that you're contacting. So whoever like you want to contact for a sponsorship letter, you have to like, it'll either be on their website, or you can contact the person individually, and they'll give that information to you. It's different for everyone. It's different for every business.
Do you mean the flyers that they ask you to use for their fundraising?
No, it's like, yeah, pretty much. I can't explain it. I can't really explain it. It's like, yeah, it's like pretty much a flyer. Yeah.
Okay.
And oh yeah, don't forget to fundraise for charities too. That's a good way to get your club known. Like there are certain like charity events that go on, and if you ever want to donate money to them, they like really appreciate it, and like it's a way to get them closer with their club too. Yeah. Next slide.
Also, while you're fundraising, keep in mind that money should never be the reason that someone can't go to an event, because I know that like people can't go to RTC because they don't have the money for it. And so a good way to solve that is by fundraising, or like you can get chocolates and you can give them to your club members and they can go out and sell them to pay for their RTC fees. So for RTC preparation, some tips are just start prepping with your board during the summer. Not exactly like with your members, just with their board, because you really want to make sure that you get a good like idea of what you're trying to accomplish and all that. Especially with your chairs, because I know people have like a harder time possibly with coming up with chairs. Don't slack or procrastinate, because like you'll be really stressed out towards when RTC starts to come.
And the club is counting on you, so.
Yeah. Order shirts and design early because you never know. Actually, we had a problem this year that certain companies wouldn't take our design because they were afraid of copyright issues. So make sure you design early and make sure you can get your shirts without any problems. Recruit chaperones as soon as you can and have extras in case some like can't make it out of nowhere. Emphasize the importance of learning and serving experience of RTC, and that it's not just partying, because at the end of the day it is like basically service. It's not like for you to just go there to party. But yeah, it is a great social event for that.
So some service advice. This is stuff that you could get your club to do is go around and tutor. So like if you're like good at a subject like math or something, then you could easily go to like elementary schools, middle schools, or go around the school, like get in touch with like the administration to help you like get your name out there for tutoring, and like that's good stuff that can get you hours. Or volunteer at hospitals or libraries. I know like a lot of friends that did that. They like that's like a good summer thing to do as well, because I know hospitals take a lot of and libraries, they take like long-term like service activities for you to help them out and get a lot of service hours. And ask teachers what you can do to help them. They greatly appreciate that, because y'all know some teachers be getting real stressed out. And volunteer at rec centers. All these kind of things are like really good places and good ways to get service hours.
Okay, so get your club into service events. There are websites like volunteermatch.com that will keep you updated on varieties of different service events. Communication with the head of these events are very important when signing up your club and gathering info about that event. So basically, you want to be in charge of finding these organizations, contacting the person who's hosting them, and then getting you and your club signed up. Sometimes you'll have to do like individual signups. Other times they just need a head count of how many people want to volunteer. But it all depends on the company.
Yeah, so recruitment. When you're recruiting like new officers, this is honestly really fun, because like you get to know everyone around like your school, and like seeing like, who I want them in my club. That sounds so fun. And like you really get to like see people from the start to finish. Like you see people that like you don't know, that are like shy whenever you're going up to them to ask them to join the club. And when they actually do join the club, you see them open up as a person, and like going wild in like spirit battles at RTC, or having them like be a part of something big like dance marathon or something like that. And some ways you want to recruit them is verbal communication. I know at our school we went to the freshman orientation and set up a booth, and that's when we went to like all the freshmen, and like we kind of like, we weren't like annoying, but like we kind of like like talk to everyone. I'm pretty sure they're like, who are these kids? But like it's low-key fun. So like kind of just talk to them, tell them what Key Club is, and tell them what it did to you and how it benefited you as a person. And remember their names. That's a really big one, because whenever they remember their names, it's like, oh, you know me. Like it's kind of like a sweet thing, like if they don't have any friends, because you know like they're freshmen, so like they don't know much, or like it just makes them feel special in a way if you remember their names. That's something that I had a lot of fun with. I learned so many names this year. And yeah, call them to meetings, like tell them when the meetings are. Get in touch with like one of the administrations that's in charge of like announcements. Tell them to put like the meeting times on there, stuff like that. Yeah.
So preferred charities, just so you guys know, there's CMN, which is Children's Miracle Network. They do partnerships with Dance Marathon, IHOP National Pancake Day. There's UNICEF. most of you might know Walk for UNICEF if you've ever like participated in anything like that. Pediatric trauma program. I don't know if you guys have heard of this, which you probably have. PTP week. RTC is also a part of that, and the FRS, which is Fall Riley Summit.
Yeah, so general notes, just like things to throw out there. Have socials over the summer, start getting your club close before the school year so that whenever the school year starts, like Key Club is like truly your family and truly people that you're going to hang out with all the time. And have inter-club relations, so like relate to your club a lot more, be closer to your club and make sure it's actually your family, use CyberKey as a resource. Like if you're making a presentation, like for this presentation I use CyberKey for to edit my stuff, and there's a lot of general Key Club information about what's going on over the states, like Hawaii and California on there too. So that's how you can stay updated with everyone as a whole as Key Club. And volunteer, match, or just serve.org for events. That's good stuff for like how we said earlier, for service events and getting service hours. Those are good websites to go to if you're looking for service events. Enforce organization's a big one, especially after RTC or after Fall Rally, into the area of like ACTs and like when everyone's like getting busy. Every school experiences that Key Club kind of falls down a bit, and you want to make sure that Key Club stays like very active the whole time, and you enforce organization as in like making sure you're keeping your other officers in check, make sure they're doing what they need to do even in downtimes like that. And yeah, find out what Kiwanis advisors are. Kiwanis advisors, usually you can get in touch with your advisor, and like your advisor knows a lot about Kiwanis. And I know we had our club had our own Kiwanis advisor, and he helped us do a lot of things towards the beginning of the year. And he helps us get like a lot of fundraising ideas and money for our club, and yeah, stuff like that. And use chaperones that are from CCSD is a big thing. Like it's easier to get teachers to be your chaperones for like certain events, and because like most kids from your club knows that teacher, and it'll like be fun for the kids. And reach out to various service organizations. Yeah, so like like I said, there's plenty of service organizations you can get out to, like Lucky Duck. That's our favorite one to go to. We're pretty close with them. There's plenty of them, and it's really nice to get close with these, like with the heads of these organizations as well, because it's nice to have recognition for your club, and good recognition at that. So yeah.
More general notes, for like events that you're hosting, like let's say a fundraiser at Fruity, you need to provide what, when, where. Dress code isn't really needed unless it's like a specific Key Club event, like TCM, like Key Club casual, that type of stuff. But yeah, for your flyers, just make sure you provide event information. Make quarter goals, things like achieving a certain amount of hours, stuff like that, fundraising, however much you want, interact as much as possible with your members, especially underclassmen, because when you interact with your underclassmen, like they're gonna want to run for officer, and like officers in general are just like really big inspiration for your general members. And I know for a fact that like we inspired a lot of our members to run for officer. So just try to like communicate with your members because, you know, it doesn't have to be like super strict or anything. Go to decon. I know that got canceled this year, but it's a good opportunity. Like, you'd probably have so much fun. I've never been, but I'm sure it's like really fun. Recruit at orientation. We kind of went over that already, but basically just explain to the people that you're trying to recruit like how Key Club will benefit them. And honestly, just be honest about it. Tell them like your experience and whatnot. Yeah.
Some advice for you guys. Host club bondings at least one service event per month. Like, whenever you get your club together to hang out, like, it's super fun. Like, I can't really explain it. Like, that's just what it is. It's just super fun, like getting to know everyone and like doing certain things together. Like some service events, like cleaning up trash. Like, when you're doing that with like your other friends, it's like it just makes everything so much more fun. And then you like get closer with people that you don't really talk too much in that key club. And make a stamp card for every 5 service events members go to and have a reward system for it. Oh, that's a good one. What the heck? Hannah, you must have put that because I didn't. You explain that.
But yeah, I mean, it's completely optional.
Do member of the month. Yeah, our club would do that a lot, and then it's so fun whenever we say the member of the month, and then like everyone gets so hyped for that person, and then we like force them to do like the how do you feel thing, and it's just like a super sweet thing to do for your club. Make a contract if you feel is necessary. I mean, I know some clubs do this. This is like a good thing to like get people to do service hours, and because this is what RTC. Oh my gosh, this is what Key Club's about, which is like service events and getting service hours and helping the community. So you got to make sure that that's why your members are there, and like contracts such as like make sure you have this amount of service hours, or else you can't go to RTC, or just stuff like that. Or you have to have this amount of service hours in order to go to the induction ceremony at the end of the year. Or there's so many stuff like that.
So yeah, that's it for our presentation. If you guys have any questions, you can drop it in the chat.
Yeah, we ended super early. Oh my gosh. No, but yeah, if you have any questions, let us know. Because with all that, we're here to help you guys.
Can I add something?
Yeah, add as much as you want.
All right, cool. Hold on. Let me just. All right. Sorry. So, because I know there's a variety of clubs that don't have specific vice presidents. So, for me personally, since I was vice president last year for last Key Club term, so for the general vice presidents, basically your goal is to, just make sure all the officers, like if they ever need help with anything, you should always offer them that, like, how should I say this? Like, you're basically your president's right-hand man. Like, if they ever need help with literally anything, you should always offer to help. And you should also familiar, you know what I'm trying to say. You should also just get to know all your officers' position, just in case they really do need help. So for example, my secretary, when she was absent, she asked me to, do the minutes. And so make sure you like really just get familiar with their positions. And let's see, anything else? Hold on, I have this written down. Oh yeah, and just really don't be afraid to step up, because I know for my club, when my president was absent, there were times where I had to fill in and like run the general meetings. So this president's really is like everyone's right hand man, to like the number one person to contact for any help. So just make sure you guys are aware of that, and like make sure you just be there to help anybody, basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, so those are for like the vice presidents that don't really have a specific vice president position, if that makes sense. Yeah.
One question we got is, how do you recommend we stay active during the summer with the members? You know, this could be different for every club. For our club, something that we were trying to do before the whole like Corona thing happened, we're trying to like, we pretty much have everyone's numbers and emails, and we make sure that we update them on like, oh, we're gonna go here if anyone wants to come from Key Club. We're gonna, like, this is something that you get done with. This is something you plan with your officers, your fellow officers. Like, oh, we're all gonna go to the park. If you guys don't want to come with us, it's gonna be a Key Club bonding. So if you're thinking of coming to Key Club, then I mean, if you want to come, then yeah, go ahead and come. So it's pretty much like members that are already in Key Club, because like obviously like you can't get the upcoming members because you can't really tell the future. Ooh. But yeah, another question is, any ideas for rewards for the service reward system? Hannah, do you have
You could
anything?
buy like Otter Pops, to be honest, for them, or
Ooh,
like you could.
Pop.
Yeah, honestly, you could like just bring in easy foods like cupcakes or something, you know?
Yeah.
Also about the like how to keep your club active during the summer. I mean, it doesn't have to be anything like super serious. Honestly, if you're just going to like to go get boba somewhere or something, like you can just be like, "Hey guys, like I'm going here, like if you want to come, like that'd be cool." And like that also goes for like the socials. It doesn't have to be like any specific thing. It could be like totally spontaneous if you want.
Yeah.
Do you need your advisor to attend events in the summer like bonding? For CCSD, absolutely yes. If you are doing something in the name of Key Club, your advisor has to be present, along with the correct chaperoning.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if it's just like a hangout, like we just said, you can invite them if you want. I mean, we're close with our advisor, so
Yeah. It's really important to be close to your advisor too, because your advisor does a lot for you, and yeah, just make sure that your advisor is like very like close with you to the point where you can easily communicate with them.
yeah.
And
Communication is probably the biggest thing because I mean, obviously it puts down organization, but also make sure you're there for your advisor too, because sometimes they can get like overwhelmed and stressed out. So if they need help with anything, you know, just talk to them.
yeah. Another question is, do you have any tips on how to retain the new members and encourage their participation after fall rally? Yes. Keep the service events going. Push that out there. Make your meetings fun so that it's not just informal meetings, because those can get really boring. Make sure that you're doing fun things like poncho, like you know those fun like icebreakers, like soulmate. Keep doing stuff like that, and like go over like your old cheers just for fun from RTC, and just keep your club close, and like I don't know, bring them snacks or something, because like pretty much after fall rally it gets super like stressful for students, because you know it's like halfway through the year you're kind of just like giving up, and then there's like ACT and then college and stuff like that. Another question is, any ideas on how to keep things fun and active if events get canceled? Just or Hannah, do you have anything?
Oh my gosh, I knew you were gonna do that. What was the question? It was keeping things fun and active if events get canceled. Do you mean like during school, like while school is in, or like during the summer?
Or during the quarantine?
Yeah, or like during the quarantine.
Soleil, you can go ahead and turn your mic on so that you can answer that.
Oh, during school or quarantine. Okay, cool.
Oh.
Go ahead. Yeah.
So for during school, honestly, like you could host your own things, I think. Like it doesn't have to be like in the name of Key Club, of course. But yeah, if events get canceled, you can create like new events, I think. Just for your Key Club specifically, or honestly you could do like other Key Club bondings, because that's something that like we kind of had in mind of doing. So yeah, try to get to know other clubs as well.
Well, that's a good one.
Something.
Yeah. Getting to know other clubs is super fun because like sometimes you have to ask them like what they did for this, like because we were kind of like confused on like certain things for like decon, so we would like ask other clubs and they would like help us out. Or yeah, like one school that we got really close with was ATech, and every time we saw them we just got so hyped, and like that's just like a fun relationship to have with other schools, you know.
Yeah. Also during quarantine it's kind of hard, but at the same time you could host like meetings like this. I mean, it doesn't have to be like a meeting, it can be like whatever, you know, just to keep connected with your members.
Yeah. Do you have any do you have any ideas on how to give members individual recognition for their hard work? If so, get with their secretary and see who's like really getting their hours in, and like you can like really reward them, like give them recognition during the meetings, like say their name, like this is the most people that got the most hours this month. Or you could
like what we said, you could do member of the month or members of the month and just be like, yeah, we really appreciate this person because they do this and yada yada and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Tips on recruiting new members. Honestly, what we did, we just like went up to people and we were like, hey, you guys should totally join Key Club. Basically, we do service events, but also like, you know, we get to meet new people and like it's really fun. Just basically like explain to them like how it would benefit them.
And one thing I've noticed every year is that the first meeting has a lot of people and the second and third meeting has way less.
You definitely want like get your first meeting to be like the best one. Like especially like what we did this year was we like made a video with like our past events and we put them on a video and like showed it to them.
Yeah. So like play music during the like the meetings and like just don't make it so tense, you know, just like make it fun because that's literally what Key Club like
and
is.
Like talk to everyone.
Yeah. Don't make it creepy though, because we're not like a sorority or we're not like a freaking frat, you know.
How do we set up socials with other divisions? Basically you can find them on their Instagram.
Yeah, so we did.
But yeah, that's kind of what we did. But also if you know somebody that's close with somebody else from a different division, like you could probably ask for their information.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Or ask if like if you're doing like a service event and you're getting your club signed up for it, then you can be like you can ask another school like, hey, do you want to do the service event with us? I can sign you guys up. Oh, that's a good one. I didn't do that. I just thought of that. I wish I did that, but I'm upset because high school is canceled now and I gotta go to college. So
So let me add on to that question. How do we set up socials for other divisions? That's totally a great idea, but we also have to make sure we follow the Key Club regulations. So there is a form that you do need to fill out. So for example, if I wanted to go to an event for Division 28 North, like me individually, I would have to ask for an ERF and like sign that form, and then their advisor has to, it's like a whole process. So you have to make sure that when you do want to invite other divisions or even other clubs, there are forms that need to be filled out.
Yeah.
Can I say something?
Yes, please.
Okay. So this was one of the questions, one of the first few questions was like, what was it? How do you recommend we stay active during the summer with the members? Personally, what my club did, what I noticed was like we still had service events going on in the summer, so we still like let members know like, oh hey, there's service events here and here, you can participate in them. And one thing I really encourage is, if you let members know about a service event, it's very good if you or one of the other officers are at that service event, so they don't feel like they're like completely alone and stuff, so that they have like a familiar face there. And it also helps with like what's it called? It also helps with like getting to know the members better and like bonding with your general members.
I also want to add to that. So basically, this is just for in general. If you are promoting an Key Club event, if doesn't matter when you're doing it, just make sure you are also following the Key Club regulations with like, you know, the ratio for how many chaperones that need to attend and stuff like that. So, but if it's like a friend thing, of course, and like you guys are going to hang out, then it doesn't. But if you are promoting it as a Key Club event, then that requires some regulations.
Yeah. Good. Any more questions, guys? Oh, thank you guys for adding on, because that really helps to see from a different perspective.
Can I also add something on?
Oh shoot, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so hold on, let me find the question. I'm sorry, give me a second. So the question about keeping members continuing to have members attend your meetings, that was a really big issue with my club this year, or it's just always been like that, because my school is just really centered around wanting to go to fall rally, and then everything kind of just goes downhill from there. But fall rally isn't the end of the term. You can really encourage your members to run for LTG, because conclave is like right after fall rally. Usually CTC is after fall rally, and then you can really encourage your members to go to district convention, especially for the 38s. It's a lot closer for us next year if it does happen. It's going to be held in Ontario, so that's just one thing that you can really encourage people to do, because fall rally isn't the only big event that there is. And you can also just encourage your members, for the question about keeping your members active over the summer, especially during like this quarantine stuff. I really recommend you guys think of service projects for people to do at home, because people can still get hours for that. So for instance, we were talking about in the other training conferences about, you can mow lawns, you can make masks, you can make dog toys, stuff like that. And for one just really big recommendation I have is become close with your other board members of other schools. And one way that I would really recommend doing that is by going to DCMs and really encouraging your members to attend DCMs. That way you can get like that with your other board members. And especially right now, because it's kind of like during the summer where Key Club kind of just comes to a halt for a lot of people, but it doesn't have to be that way, especially right now during quarantine. So have online meetings if you can, or just even attend your online DCMs. And they don't have to be boring. They don't have to be just pure information, as Aries said before, like it has to be fun. You want to keep your members attracted, and you want to keep them wanting to continue to go to these things, especially during these tough times. People are kind of just really sad, and you want to keep your members like motivated, and you want to keep them going. So just keep that in mind. It doesn't even have to be a DCM. I would just recommend, like, if you could just get your general club together on a meetup and go on like Club Penguin, or just watch like Netflix together or something like that. I think that's a good way of keeping your club close together.
Yeah, thank you so much. That was super good.
I also want to add on. Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, you can go.
Okay. I also want to add on to recruitment, or not recruitment, just maintaining actually, no, for both, like recruiting and maintaining membership. One way is to really, I've said this in multiple trainings, but just really promote, like just in your school in general. So for example, my school, we have GVTV, which is morning announcements. You can contact the people in morning announcements and be like, hey, can we do like a little, like, be in this morning announcements for like 30 seconds. We just want to talk about what Key Club is. And like, you can simply ask like, oh, can we promote, this service event that we're doing? Like, can we add in like a video of what we're doing and stuff like that? Because it's like, it's the struggle with people the struggle with recruiting and maintaining membership is just because of not a lot of people know what Key Club is, especially at your school. And not a lot of people want to like just like how to like make it easier for them to like get to know what Key Club is, instead of having to like I don't know how to explain it, but like it tends to be easier for students to be interested when it's like already shown to them, like shown to them right then and there, kind of thing. So really, it's just the main focus is to really promote your club.
And to add on to like member retention and stuff like that, a very important thing, as most of you should know, is member recognition. I know there was a question about that earlier on some new ways. So I guess I could further address that. It could be really simple, just like a little certificate or something like that. I know most of you guys want to take it a little bit further, like a step further. Doesn't have to be anything too big. I'm not sure what most of you guys' schools' policies on like getting gift cards and or stuff like that. I know my school, we don't allow that, but that's just an idea to put out there.
Gift cards are not allowed by CCSD.
Okay.
Darn it.
I didn't know that. Okay, so
But
I guess, yeah.
We do have schools in here that are not CCSD.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I think AVU HSD. So for like my division, I know Courtsville doesn't do it specifically. I'm not sure about how it is in Highland or Soar. So if you guys want to try that out, you can ask your principals for that. You could do small things like just like make a lay. A lay is pretty cool. Something like this. I got this for LTG, but I also have one for when I was on the division leadership team. It's something like this. It's easy to make, and it's pretty fun when you make it too. You can make it during a club event, and then have it count as a service hour for when you're making this. It's really fun. It doesn't have to be anything too big, like I said before.
Okay, I'm going to answer the last two questions here. What are the rules we need to follow right now during quarantine when it comes to community service? Obviously, we have to follow the governor's stay-at-home order, but you are allowed to help, your neighbors and things of that sort in your immediate area. So, and those hours are considered individual hours, but those can be turned into your secretary as service hours. So that is still allowed. So I would really highly encourage the membership to do individual hours right now so that they can, get their hours that they need to be a member in good standing. And the other one, are we allowed to hand out food like candy for recognition? Absolutely. I know that I have been given stuff as a teacher, and they're just like little trinkets that I pick up at conventions and things that I've been at, and we have a basket that it all goes into, and that becomes kind of like the prize basket. So maybe like Lorelai does trivia one day at the meeting, and she whoever answers correct gets to pick something out of the basket. So it doesn't have to be anything big, but like I said earlier, CCSD does not allow gift cards for clubs to buy them. And so don't buy a gift card. You're going to be reimbursed for that, because that is not allowed at all. California 38s and any of our private schools, if you're in this, you guys all run on different sets of rules. So you need to definitely talk to your advisors, because they will know what the rules are and what you're allowed to do and what you're not allowed to do.
And also, just for the whole handing out food thing, just make sure you know you are aware of like any allergies. So like I want to be like handing out peanut butter cookies, you know, just common sense. That's
Ooh,
yeah.
Lorelai, tell them about Angel's grandma's
Oh my God, don't even let me just. Oh, so wait, should I like promote it? Or,
no,
like,
just
what do you mean?
tell them
Oh.
about the concept of it.
Sure. Okay, so for our club, we have this thing that we do is that if you turn in, you know, your form to like, actually become a member, you paid your dues. What was the other one, Miss Nancy? There was a third one.
The online form.
Oh yeah, and then the online form. So if you complete all those and you give us evidence of, if you give any of the board members evidence of that, we give them a cookie, and they're like really good cookies. So like that's also another way to like get people interested in like, you know, joining, because like a lot of people were like, where'd you guys get that from? And yeah, that's just another way, because like our cookies had like that Key Club International symbol, which is on like the corner of the screen right there. And yeah, it was just really cute, and it's like a really cute way to like promote your club. So if you have anyone that's like really good at baking stuff, you should like let them know and be like, hey, you want to help us out, you know?
Are you allowed to work with religious organizations? Yes. Okay. I do caution about working with political organizations, because remember, we are not here to be political, and that we don't want, we want the opportunity, if you give it, to work for both sides of the issue. Your club doesn't want to be shown as one-sided on any issue, because we're not here to politically promote anything. So political organizations, religious organizations, all of that is allowed. Just with the political stuff, you have to be careful.
Can I add something?
Yes. Go, girl.
Okay, so what my home club did this year that was implemented, they had a little store. So what we did is we called it, we had like these rewards where they would earn key coins, and they, every time they did something like attend a service event, attend a DCM, they would earn a certain amount of key coins, and they could use these key coins towards the store we have, which we have set up. And so like you can buy different things with these key coins. For example, which was a popular hit within our club, was our treasurer made these cookies. And so when the members earned a certain amount of key coins, they could purchase his cookies, and they just keep on recycling this trend. Another popular thing is that we partnered up with our bulletin editor, and she would make personalized pins for every member of the month. And if you also earn a certain amount of key coins, you could also get your personalized pin. So you could get creative and you can do that yourself as well. Just to like, that's one way we kept our members coming into Key Club, because they had something, they knew that they were doing something really good for the community, and we were rewarding them so they can continue doing this amazing thing.
And I also just want to add, like, this is just a very important topic regarding Key Club in general. Safe Key. Safe Key is extremely important. And with Key Club, we always, like, we want to make sure we surround ourselves with, like, a positive environment. And we really don't want to promote anything negative whatsoever. So, like, if you ever notice like anything like drama or like negative going on, like don't make it like, how do I say it? Don't bring it into a key club event kind of thing. So like if you have like, for example, I'm trying to think of a scenario. Hold on. Okay, so let's just say your best friend. I'm sorry. So let's just say you're fighting with your best friend and you guys are both in key club, and then something happens at, I don't know, like I'm trying my best here. Give me a second. So basically I'm trying to say that like if you have a problem, don't like surround it with like a key club environment. Like if you guys are fighting, take it somewhere else kind of thing. And also especially social media. Like if you are involved in key club, you like are a member, you should always keep in mind of safety, because it's like, especially since you guys are officers, general members really look up to the officers. So it's like if a general member like sees that like, you know, you're posting very like inappropriate stuff and you're like have really foul language and you're posting that on social media, it's really not professional, and then they're just going to be like, oh well, she's doing it, I can do it too. And yeah, so like make sure you really promote safety and like just make sure key club stays a positive environment.
Are we allowed to have a club sponsor, for example, Glenn Lerner, and have donated money to our fundraisers and we advertise their company a little and thanking them? That is up to the principal at your school, whether or not you are allowed to do that or not. There is no key club rule saying yes or no. But I will say it's always nice to say thank you to those who have donated. So you could do it that way if your principal does not say, or if your principal does not allow you to actually advertise for them. You could say thank you to the following business members that have donated money to our fundraiser.
Something I want to add is, okay, make sure that you're close with your other not members, your other officers. Make sure you have like a good relationship with them. Don't even have just like a professional relationship. Have like an actual friendship with them if you can. I know some people just don't get along, but that's something that really helped out my officer board this year. Is like, especially me and Hannah, like we're like best friends, so it really helps that we're being vice presidents together because we're like partners in crime, and then the rest of the board were also like our best friends too. So it really, and then like the club got to see like how close we were, so it made the club, like the rest of the members were like, oh wow, they're really close, I want to be close like that with everyone else too. And it's just like a good influence to have, and it's easier for communication. It's easier for whenever you guys have disagreements on anything, you guys can handle them better. And yeah, just really make sure that you have a good relationship with your fellow officers. And if anyone wants to add anything, you guys can just like speak up. Like if you guys have anything to say about like ideas on service events or fundraising ideas, that's a good one. If you guys have any of those, just speak up and go ahead.
Also, I just want to say that so originally OTC is supposed to be, you know, at West Tech. Well, this year it was supposed to be at Green Valley, but we usually reveal our RTC theme at OTC, but unfortunately we can't do that. So what we've decided to do is that we're going to reveal it on social media. I'm pretty sure by the end of this month. And what's it called? So we hope that you were paying attention to this whole presentation, because there were some hints that we put in the presentation that revealed the RTC theme. So yeah, that's all I wanted to add.
And she is referring to the Las Vegas RTC.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Aiden and Ashley, but you guys are going anyways.
Okay, are there any further questions?
May I add something else? I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
Okay, so this is, okay, there's two things. So just to further emphasize safe key, I know one of the things that we talked about earlier is to like make your clubs more fun by like playing music. Make sure that your music is following safe key. Like, please don't play Act Up by City Girls at your key club meeting, because that's just no. And then I don't know if this was touched on earlier, but hold on, let me flip my camera. So if you go to the CNH cyber key, you go to this tab right here, recognition. and you go
Hang
to
on a second.
contest.
Hannah, if you quit presenting, Ashley can actually present her screen.
No, I can't. I'm on my phone, and it's like my computer is like a separate entity. I'm sorry.
You want me to share it, Ashley? I can
Okay.
share my
Yeah, I
screen.
can stop.
Please, please,
Hold
please.
on, hold on, hold on, hold on. I can share my screen,
Okay,
and that will end her sharing, I think.
Key.
Okay, you can see my calculator. How about that?
Let's see.
Can you see the calculator?
Yes.
Oh, we love
Okay.
a math teacher.
Yeah, I
We
am a
love
math teacher. Okay, I'm gonna stop share. So now I think Ashley, you should be able to share yours.
Let me see.
I was gonna share.
Yeah.
Or
Laura,
whoever.
could you do that,
So
please?
whoever's sharing, go ahead and share.
Okay.
Whatever.
Wait, hold on.
Don't go hiking, guys. It's hot.
So I can share.
You
Right?
should be able to. Yeah, you're good.
You can see that. Okay, cool.
All I see is pink, though. Very pink.
You gotta represent my division
Yes.
color. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so if you go to, oh, okay, it's not on there. CNH, no, wait, hold on. CNH.org. Right? CNH.org.
CNH Key Club.
Oh, darn it. I can't type today. I'm so sorry. Okay. CNHKeyclub.org. Oh, wait, so Ashley, what did you want me? Can just
Go
guide
to
me from here.
the member recognition tab. Right.
Wait, can you guys see the full screen? Should I go full screen?
You're good.
Okay. So recognition.
And then contests.
Oh, is this for distinguished?
Yes.
Oh, you go, girl. Okay.
I'm not the most familiar with this. If anyone that's like a little more familiar with it could like touch on it.
Okay. So as you guys may know, CNH really wants to recognize, all your guys' hard work, especially with the officers. So we have this thing called Distinguished, and basically it's a contest that you enter with the whole district, and you get to get recognized at DCON. And so basically,
Wait, hold on. And
Mhm.
it's not a competition in terms of you
Okay.
competing against someone else.
Okay, well,
If
yeah.
there's 50 people that apply and all 50 have earned distinguished, all 50 are going to get distinguished.
Okay, so basically you get recognition if you apply and it, follows all the rules. So this was my fault. I didn't do my distinguished because I started too late. So it's better to do it sooner rather than later, because there's a lot of things on here that require a couple days to like get, if that makes sense. So for example, your Kiwanis, wait, no, what is it? It has something to do with nomination. Wait. Yeah, so like for example, if you want like someone to nominate you. So for example, a lieutenant governor can nominate you and like explain why you want to be nominated. So this is not something you can do overnight. Like you can't just ask, other people for this kind of stuff. And I just highly recommend that you guys fill this out just so you can like get the recognition you deserve. Like for me, I don't need to sound like that person, but like for my last year's term as vice president, I did a lot of work, and sadly I didn't get the recognition because I didn't fill this out. And it's just really good to get the recognition. Does someone
What-
want to add to this?
Let me add to it.
Thank you.
Las Vegas has been, and the 38s have been underrepresented at decon. So not only is there a vice president one, but you saw other categories that can be applied for also. So that's one thing that I challenge all officers this year to do, is to submit more applications for the various awards. In particular, with the officer applications, you have to attend, I believe it's 3 Kiwanis meetings or 1 Kiwanis DCM. And since Kiwanis meetings are sometimes during the school day, you may need to plan ahead to be able to do that stuff. Okay, for holidays and vacations when they're happening. So really look at these applications, even though they're last year's applications. They don't change very much from year to year. The due dates change, obviously, but overall, most of the stuff stays the same on the application. So if you start looking at last year's, that'll put you in a good spot to start checking things off your list that you need to get done to do distinguished. And most of the things are things that you would do anyways.
And this is just coming from someone that went to Kiwanis meetings like all the time. I really recommend going to one, because it really, like, I didn't know what Kiwanis were like at all when I first joined K Club my sophomore year. And I got really involved in, what's it called? The Kiwanis, they're like the parents of our Key Club basically. And like you don't really understand like how much they do for us, and like being able to like witness that, it really like, you know, warms my heart to see like, you know, these people put in their time to actually you know, make us happy and like do something that we love. And so I personally just think that you guys should like go to these Kiwanis meetings, and also like you get free food. Well, for Division 28 East, you get free food. Just
Most of Division 28 East.
most of Division 28. You get the point.
Okay. How do you attend a Kiwanis meeting? Where do you get the information of the meetings, like time and place? Okay, your Kiwanis advisor, every Key Club has a Kiwanis advisor. Whether or not they attend the general meeting all the time or not, that's another story, but you have a Kiwanis advisor. And they come from that parent Kiwanis Club Lorelei was talking about. So you can ask them. If you don't know who your Kiwanis advisor is, your faculty advisor should know who that is. And last ditch effort, you can contact me, and I can tell you, if you're in Vegas, I'm sorry, I can let you know which Kiwanis club it is that sponsors you. For the 38, you're going to contact Mr. Alan Kwan, and he will be able to help you identify who your Kiwanians are. Are there any further questions?
Can I stop staring at my screen?
Yes, your computer's about to die.
Yep.
Okay, if there's no further questions, I am